Alrighty, this is a Jaydee Series 1 Classic. I just got this. This I got from our friend Enzo. A couple things about this bass that are different. If you look over here, there are two other Jaydees sitting amongst all the Spectres. You all have seen the pink one and you have seen the brown sunburst one. This is the largest of the three bodies. This is the Classic Series body, so it actually is more squared off like a Fender as opposed to being round like those are. The body, as you can see, is very large. It's a cool bass. It's different. There aren't too many of these I've seen floating around based on all the Jaydees that I've looked at. A couple very particular things about this bass. This bass is designed to look just like Mark King's number 003 SA, one of the first Jaydees he used. So the color matches. We've got the Saturn inlays, the rings. We have the brass nut with the compensating little ball bearing or wheel up there to get it to where you can bend a string to if you're playing. You can do that little thing like he does now with his Status King bass for the bend well. Anyway, this is the standard Jaydee setup. There's two rosewood knobs again to look like marks. So we have our 3-band EQ, our input, XLR jack, volume, tone, preamp on and off, and pickup selector. Now, the fun thing about this bass, among other things, is that these pickups were put in Mark King's original 003 bass, and they were put in here. These are the actual pickups from Mark King's bass. Also, take a look there. You can see that they're a little bit worn, they're a little bit routed for string use, etc., just because of the hands. Also, he signed the back cover of it for Enzo. So, yeah, go upside down and spin. How about that? Okay. So really, what's the difference between this and the other Jaydees? Well, I can tell you right now, the neck on this one's thicker. The neck on this is also more flat. So it does have more of a P-bass kind of feel to it. But it has a pretty good tone. And of course, for those of you who want to hear the usual stuff, that kind of stuff works well on this bass. The fun thing about this is because of the pickup spacing, you'll notice that there's a very small space here with which to pull when you're doing the pluck. Because the pickup is moved forward on the traditional model, it's not sitting back here like on the others. It makes it a little more challenging to have the slap right here. So when you see pictures of Mark's old bass, there's a big wear mark right here, and the pickup cover, of course, is one because that's where he would pull on, right there. Okay, let's kind of go through, because everybody is familiar with this sound, you know, where you're playing just the back pickup. Okay, so let's move it around a little bit and let's see what this sounds like compared to the other ones. When I move to the middle pickup selector, it's all firing. It's a lot more bassy. If I go to the front pickup only, it actually sounds more like a Rickenbacker front pickup, simply because of where it's positioned. I've been told that these pickups underneath these wooden covers are more like P-bass pickups, so they're actually double humbucking, which makes for an interesting exploration because you would think having a bass like this they'd be single coils. Anyway, a lot of differences in this bass compared to the others, and just simply for the fact that you've got this big body to deal with, you've got these cool pickups that are in this thing, a bigger neck, a little more round than the others, but it's a killer bass. And again, as you can see, just kind of look at some of the detail here. Again, we've got the brass nut that John Diggins designed, complete with the little bendy there. Also, the Jaydee is in pearl, mother of pearl or abalone, as opposed to a sticker, which a lot of the other ones, the Series 2s and 3s, I've noticed that I've had, and the Roadies have come with a sticker on the headstock. The serial number for this one belongs to a very special person in England, and he can tell you all about that if he wants to. But this is it. This is the Series 1. This is the one that most of the Jaydee fans go after. And of course they were made for a while like this. But I don't see too many. And I was told that the person who bought the last one that was on eBay some time back, it was a pink one. I won't use names because it's now orange. And that was a bummer on my thoughts. These Series 1s don't come up that much, even in the UK. So I'm tickled to death to have it. and it's going to be put to good use. For those of you who know about this bass, feel free to comment. For those of you who've never seen this before, enjoy it, because this is one of those things that you can have built that you won't see in person unless somebody just happens to have a stash. So, and it's very bright like a Jaydee should be, especially on the back pickup. If I come forward a little bit, we get that little jazz bass thing going. It's very responsive. It's not too bad on the weight either. I was thinking it was going to be heavier. It balances well because I'm on a strap. There's no neck dive. So for all intents and purposes, this is what you would see if you want a classic Series 1. As always, it's running through the Trace 210 combo, no EQ, just like I do everything else. That way you can tell what the sound of the bass is by itself. You know, so for the True Believer riff that I always play, that's the middle, there's the back. So these basses don't have to be slapped. I'm using these in a variety of different styles, different contexts, because it's not just a slapper's bass. So, if you have questions about this one, feel free to ask. Post them on this thread. It's all good. Have a good one.